leftism is the fastest growing, most dynamic religion in the world. Is
correct.
That correct?
I've said that many times.
And I'm just wondering very simply, why? What's the attraction? What's the allure? What do you think that's due to?
It's a great question. It is a great question. And it's a very complex one, but I've devoted a life to it. And the book that I worked the hardest on, Still the Best Hope, The Case for American Values. And then the biggest chapters, the longest chapters are on leftism. So this is a lifelong pursuit. In a nutshell, the appeal of leftism is that you are taken care of. People want to be taken care of. And it also appeals to the most dangerous part of the human, good intentions. I want to explain what I just said because it sounds so counterintuitive. One of the most brilliant things I was ever told was when I was about 30 years old, I went to visit a rabbi for advice. And we were talking, and he said to me something. I don't remember any of the discussion, but this was life-changing. To understand what he said, I just have to give you a tiny little preface. Judaism believes that we are born with a good will and a bad will, that there are two parts of us. There's the desire to do good and desire to do bad, right? I think whether you believe that or not, everybody has both desires, correct? Okay. So this is what he said to me. He said, Dennis, and he used the Hebrew terms for those, but I won't use them because it won't be meaningful to most listeners. But he said, Dennis, I just want to tell you something. My urge to do bad, I have pretty much conquered. It's my urge to do good that gets me in all my trouble. And that was just revelatory. Leftism promises you everything, and you don't have to do anything. That's one big part of it. We will give you your health. We will give you your subsidies. We will give you your education. We will subsidize your life. That's a very big part of the appeal. But another huge part of the appeal is you get to feel good about yourself. Not only will I have my health needs taken care of, and my education needs, and my housing needs, and every other need, but so will my neighbor. So I am not only, it's not just that I'm selfish, it's that I am noble because I want this for everybody else too. Leftism offers you what a term that I learned from Christians many years ago, cheap grace. You get to feel good about yourself without doing anything good. You march for the environment, and you are certain that you have really conquered an issue. Do you know a damn thing about the science here? No. But you've been told that the Earth is coming to extinction. Human life is threatened with extinction because of carbon emissions. So you will feel good about going on a march for the environment. The people who say, oh, we must bring in as many refugees as possible from the Middle East. Angela Merkel is a perfect example. She has threatened the future of Germany and Europe by bringing in 1 million people from Syria and environs. She has brought in people, many of whom will never assimilate, many of whom have utterly different values than Western European or European values, but people feel good about themselves, and especially Germans, because of the horrific treatment of the Jews in the Holocaust. So this is a way of saying we have undone our bad reputation to a certain extent. The desire to feel good about oneself is a huge factor in why are people on the left for higher minimum wage? When it will lead, somebody just sent me a picture of a McDonald's that has moved over to automated ordering machines because they can't afford the minimum wage. So now kids who would have a start in life with a job won't be able to work at that McDonald's because you'll place your order with a computer. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is I feel good. I'm for a higher minimum wage, and that's a big part of the appeal. A third part of the appeal is not fighting evil, because it takes courage to fight evil. So what you find on the left is fascinating. They are unbelievably solicitous of the world of Islam, and they loathe Israel. It's a perfect example, or they loathe Donald Trump. So they have anti-fascist marches against Donald Trump. But, of course, they're not marching against real fascists. Real fascists would kill them if they were marching. They're marching against Donald Trump, who won't lay a finger on them. There's no courage to this is anti-fascism. It's feel-good anti-fascism. We will label a decent man a fascist and then think we're great because we've marched against fascism. But there's no risk. It's like the people with the coexist bumper sticker. There's no courage to have a coexist bumper sticker in the United States where the people coexist better than any other place on earth. Why don't you why don't you rent a car in Tehran and put up the coexist bumper sticker? You're gutless having a coexist bumper sticker in the United States. It's gutless, but you feel great about yourself. Iran needs a coexist bumper sticker. Saudi Arabia needs one. You could rent cars if you go to these places. Go to any Muslim country and put up the coexist bumper sticker on your rental car. See how long you and or your car last. Because one of the coexist symbols is a cross and another one is a Jewish star. You're listening to the Dennis Prager Show.